Hello, hello. Okay, let's see if I can get on Willow Brown. Hello. Hi, welcome. Let's see where Willow Brown is. There we go.
Lisa
Holy
McCardle. Hello,
wow.
lovely.
Hi, we did it. Look at
We
us
did it.
going live on Instagram. We're so fancy.
Ooh, Rainbow Earth just said, hi, Lisa. How
Hi,
fun.
love.
What a cool
Oh,
name.
it's so nice to have you here. How's it going?
All right,
Okay.
today, Lisa and I are diving into what it means to go through perimenopause and how not doing it alone is essential.
Right. It's Dr. Willow wants to talk about perimenopause, and I want to talk about not doing it alone. And we're like, let's do it together. So you
Hi,
start with
Rainbow Earth.
perimenopause. Dive on in.
Okay, perimenopause. So when I was in school, I had this Chinese doctor, and he was like, "Yeah, my wife's mother, she went through menopause in 1 year, and she had no hot flashes and
Oh,
no night sweats and no sleeplessness and just no problems. Like just went through it super easy." Now she was a woman who really like lived the old school Chinese cultural diet.
okay.
Very little to no sugar, was eating organ meats all the time, was just had that super healthy diet, lived with the seasons, lived with the earth, and had a very, very easy, probably had great genetics as well,
Right.
and had
All
this
the things, right?
incredibly easy perimenopause. And so really, if we are at optimal health, we should be going through perimenopause in about 2 years time. But most of us are
Nice.
taking what, 5, 7, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's largely in part to how we are eating, how we are thinking, right? If we're in a stressed out state all the time, the adrenals are getting taxed. And also our environment. We're swimming in a sea of xenoestrogens. They are everywhere.
Well, and we're
So that's
swimming
why
in
it's
a
so,
sea of stress. I mean, look at what society like. I just want to shout out as a woman who went through that, like it's really not your fault too. So like I also
it
want to
isn't.
say those outside influences on the planet right now are like really taking us out of our natural homeostasis. So back to you. Just when
Absolutely. And that's why we need to find a balance, right? That's why we need to find kind of these biohacks and these alternative routes to creating more health and longevity. When you're in your fertility years, meaning you're still having a menstrual cycle, you want to look at like, well, how healthy is my menstrual cycle? Is it a consistent time frame? And you want to start prepping for perimenopause in your early 40s and start
right.
thinking about like, am I taking care of my adrenals, or am I burning the candle at both ends? Because what happens is when you do go through that middle stage, what happens is your adrenals take your ovaries, which have been producing all of these estrogens and progesterones and this cycle all along, your ovaries take their final bow, and your adrenals step in and take over for your ovaries. So keeping your adrenals healthy all throughout is crucial. And having connection with other women, being in that place of ease with other women is such a huge part of having healthy adrenal reserve. So let's dive in with that, Lisa.
There you go. Well, and also I just want to give voice to it is the thing that no one talks about until they're there. And then it's like, it's almost a crisis level when perimenopause actually shows up. It was a very intense ride for me, and it was for the women of my family as well. And I went in really early. So it happens sometimes earlier than you think it's going to. And you're like, what is happening to me? And it's hard to identify sometimes that that is actually the root of what's happening because it can be a slow, subtle pivot.
And yeah,
What
so
is
what
going on.
helped you identify it?
Well, I had kind of the holy trine happen because I was experiencing adrenal fatigue. I also found out at that time that I went into thyroid disorder. So I had, the holy trine of sex hormone,
Try.
thyroid, and adrenals all tanked at once. So I didn't really realize what was happening until I was deep in and I was not okay. And I had some good support by some naturopathic and functional medicine doctors. And so we point back to how important it is to be prepared and that you don't have to suffer alone in silence. And you don't have to kind of do it alone. I remember trying to figure out what I needed to take and supplement to try, and it is complex science, and you can throw the kitchen sink at it, and most likely not get the support that you need in that way because it is complex science. So it is important to get um, support by people such as yourself, like reach out, get support, and also to talk about it. And I think that when women move through perimenopause and then through menopause, there's a lot of isolation that occurs within it because you feel not as vital, you feel alone. It has a tremendous effect on your emotions, your mood, your mental clarity, your capacity to think clearly. All of those things are prohibitive. So getting with women who have had the experience and have also had sought and received really crystal clear support, and whatever that looks like for you is essential. Like, you don't have to suffer in silence. It is a natural expression of womanhood, and there's power on the other side is what I really want to say. As a postmenopausal woman, it is an initiation. It is a birth canal that you move through, and I like to refer to the women on the other side as the ripe women,
The
like
right
the ripening,
women.
the
Ooh.
ripening women, and that is an inversion. We see women postmenopausal as depleted, less juicy, less delicious, and it's an inversion of the matrix. And don't buy the BS. It is not true. This is the right time of your life, but you
Yeah.
have to get the support needed and come together and realize that.
Absolutely, yes. And, having a strong sexual practice is a huge part of of that ripening, of awakening something inside of you, because you are going to be different. It is a metamorphosis. It's like, as a teenager, you go through puberty, and that is a metamorphosis. You are different after that transition. Same thing with going through perimenopause. You are going to be different. Your body's going to be different. The way that you think is going to be different. The way you see the world is going to be different. And so using that opportunity to recreate yourself, like, who do I want to be at this point? And sexual energy is the most potent, creative, life force energy that we have access to. So use it to recreate yourself. I mean, I've been blessed to witness Lisa McCardle fucking recreate herself into the sovereign queen that she is through her sexual energy. And it's just been so rad to see her do that deep transformation. And part of that was, our connection, and having other women in the world who I don't know what to do with this, and who does know, like, reach out to that person.
Exactly.
And
And don't buy into the illusion. Like, just, we have to reverse this inversion that this is, that everything goes away. This is where it gets to come in full force. So it's like we have to reverse this inversion and name it and claim it and reclaim it, and
absolutely.
help.
And Lisa and I both run groups for women. So if you're feeling like, I just don't know where to go, but I like you guys, like, come to us and check it out. I've got a membership program launching this month, at the end of the month. So that's going to be available. And then for all of you who want to just try something, Qigong is one of the most powerful things that I have found in my sexuality practice. I like to think about Qigong practice as a white tantric practice, because when I'm doing it, I'm cultivating energy, I'm running energy through my meridian system, so that when I come together with beloved, with a partner, with another person, those pathways in my body are already opened up, and I can use the potent energy between us to create whatever it is in my life that I want to create, whether it's a new home, which I'm currently working on, or book publication, like Lisa just published hers. So inspired.
I think that's such an important piece of the sacred sexuality that it really needs to be spoken to. So I just want to give a shout out back to it, that this isn't just, that this is about creation. This is about universal essence and energy, utilizing it as force for creation. It is so far beyond the illusion of sex and so much more into the empowered expression of creation. It is manifestation at its finest. So.
Oh, it's so true. And so for those of you who want a little teaser, a little taster, and want at the top of my Instagram account, there is a link tree, and in there you will see a Qigong for Peri-menopause, little freebie. So you just sign up for that and you get the video, and you can do the Qigong for Peri-menopause. You can do it today and start to move some Qi and some energy through your body and get your adrenals in a really, really healthy state, no matter where you're at on the journey. If you're 5 years from perimenopause, or you're in the middle of it now, or even if you're postmenopausal, this practice is going to
comes
be
quickly.
Crucial. What's that? Say it again.
It comes quickly.
Quickly.
It's really far out and it's not always out. And in my linked tree in my bio, you can find access to my monthly membership. There's a free meditation in there called Beautiful Sovereign You, which is one of my favorite self-actualized kind of activations. You can get that. And I just launched a book, and that's in there as well. So we got all kinds of juice.
I ordered your book. I can't wait to receive it.
And you know what I'd love to put out there to anyone that's watching? We're going to do these on Tuesday mornings as contribution. We just like whatever wants to be spoken to. So if there's anything that you would like us to speak to, as far as the divine feminine, sacred sexuality, just DM us and we'll put it in the mix and we'll speak to it. So
yeah, absolutely.
All
Much
right.
love, everyone.
Ciao, ciao. Bye for now.